Last night, we began the show with the disappearance of Michael Jordan's father. Tonight, the worst fears have come true. James Jordan was found dead, the victim of an apparent murder.
It was a very difficult moment for me, and somehow I just kept my head high and looked at the good of it. You know, the time that we used to spend, and the education that he gave me, and I thought about all the things that he used to tell me. Just turn a negative into a positive. And here I was dealing with him in that way. It was tough.
Shaken by the death of his father, who had always been his closest advisor and supporter, his choice had now become clear. And soon, the world would know about it.
When I lose the sense of motivation and the sense of to prove something as a basketball player, it's time for me to move away from the game of basketball. It was something that my father and I talked about way before he passed. Me retiring from basketball and then playing baseball. And the final year that we won the championship was like his biggest push to go and do it. No one could present a challenge for me at the time other than what my father was presenting to me, which was to go and play baseball.
Following his father's advice, Michael would become a minor league baseball player. But more than just a diversion, his new pastime was part of an emotional journey.
I think what baseball did for me was it gave me an opportunity to revisit all those moments that I had with my father. And when I really thought about it, I said, he was here. You know, everything that he's taught me, everything that I accomplished was him. It took me a while to understand that. And once I understood it, I could accept it and deal with it. So it was a therapeutic experience for me. I guess it made me at peace with myself.
But in March of 1995, he would leave baseball and return to Chicago.
He calls me about 7 in the morning and says, hey, let's go to breakfast. So we go to breakfast, we talk a little bit. He's in a suit. So he said, let's go over to practice and screw around before practice. I said, all right, fine, we'll do that. No problem. So we're out there just shooting. He has his suit on still. I have my practice stuff on. So a shooting game goes into a shooting contest. And all of a sudden the contest goes into, well, let me see if you can still guard me. And then it goes from, well, let me see if you can still guard me. And then before you know it, we're playing one-on-one.
I started attending a couple of practices and getting out there with the guys, and the enjoyment that came out of that really started to make me feel good.
The economy has produced 6.1 million jobs since I became president. And if Michael Jordan goes back to the Bulls, it'll be 6,100,001 new jobs.
Michael Jordan announced today he's coming back to basketball.
One guy said the words, "I'm back," and it set the world on fire. Just turned it upside down.
I never thought I'd come back to the game of basketball. I never thought I would have that feeling to come back. But what drove me back was I truly love the game.
Today, Michael Jordan at age 32 tries to accomplish what no one else truly has in team sports history.
After an 18-month absence, Jordan was back, and his return sparked a magical rush.
Here's Jordan. Bulls trail by 1. Michael. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Michael Jordan.
And he instantly conjured up indelible images of the past.
A high for the NBA this season. 55 points by Michael Jordan. Inbounds to Michael. Racing the clock. Jordan for the win. Yes! He did it again! He is now back!
Jordan had seemingly returned to his role of savior. As Chicago was eliminated by the Magic, Jordan discovered that his unique ability to lift his team to victory was only a memory. And now, he was left to wonder whether he would ever recapture his former throne.
Give him credit, he's probably still the greatest player in the game overall, but he just, he wasn't his old self.
I was very demoralized, I think, and I was really looking in the mirror the whole time. I had doubts that maybe I can't play the same type of game that I used to play, because I wasn't able to do it on call. So in sitting in that locker room and very disappointed, I made a promise to myself that come next year, I'm going to be ready for this game.
Rededicating himself to the game, Jordan attacked his workouts with a vengeance, and he spent the summer honing his talent like never before.
I felt compelled each and every day when I got up to go out and somehow tune up and get back to where I was. So I was that much more motivated to prove to the world that don't write me off yet.
As he joined his teammates for the '96 season, Michael was embarking not just on a personal quest, but also on an historic mission.
I said to Michael, yeah, it's a great challenge anyway, because no one's come back and helped the team win a championship. So this is a great challenge in that regard.
I was being judged on that from the public, from the media, because of my age and because of my being away from the game for 2 years almost. And the only way that I could prove them wrong was to win a championship, from start to finish.
And from the beginning, he was ready to prove his point.
Michael looking to make a move here. It's a clear out from Longley and takes off with authority. Wham! In your face. MJ between them all. He got every one of them. Yes! Jordan picked it off behind the back. Oh, yes, sir. Wow!
He was in his own little zone today, and it was good.
3 on the shot clock. Here comes Michael. Puts it on the floor. Pull up 16-footer.
Put 2 more down for the King. He is the man. Here is Jordan. Michael tonight is showing the entire repertoire.
With Michael on our side, it was, the guys were on the bench the whole game saying, oh, we're only 12 down. We're going to come back.
Jordan going and throws it up. Oh, it's getting puts it in on an amazing move.
This guy was back in his full force as the most dominant player in the game.
Not only had his dominance returned, so had his zest for the game.
Come on, I'll give you a jump shot right now. I'll give you a jump shot, shoot. Oh, you don't want it. Hey, my boy don't want to play, do it. He hurting this boy. You're hurting it, dog. Get your back. I'm get your back. Oh, I got it. Give him a tap in my elbow.
His comeback had turned into a joyride as Michael would regain the MVP award and lead the Bulls into NBA history with a record for regular season victories.
There it is. 70 has become a reality for the Chicago Bulls.
Leading the Bulls to an astounding 72 wins, Jordan stamped them as one of the greatest teams ever, and incredibly, raised his own stature even higher.
He was up at the very top, the most popular athlete in the world for 8, 9, 10 years. He leaves the game and comes back stronger than ever. I don't think anyone in the history of sport has ever pulled off something like that, and the guy, and he did it again somehow.
In the playoffs, Michael would come full circle. Again facing Orlando, he would seize the opportunity for redemption.
Michael took it away. He's got Scotty with him. Hit right back to Michael for the jam.
Erasing the memory of last year's defeat, the Bulls swept the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals. Jordan was now on the verge of completing his quest.
The Bulls once again make it to the NBA Finals.
And facing the Seattle Supersonics on the NBA's ultimate stage, he would remove any remaining doubts that he was the Michael Jordan of old.
Michael Jordan is in another time, in another space, on another plateau.
And as he led Chicago to victory over Seattle, Michael's comeback was now complete.
And for the 4th time in 6 years, Jordan rules. After a 2-year absence, the Chicago Bulls have regained the NBA throne.
It marked the culmination of a journey that had begun with his retirement. Fittingly and symbolically, it had ended on Father's Day.
I think it was a signal to some degree that he was there with me. It was certain emotions that I couldn't really control, knowing that the success of it had something to do with him. you know, and that meant a lot to me.
Michael, I know that the first one was sweet, but how much sweeter was this one?
Well, you know, I can't even put it in words. My father said what it means to me. I know he's watching. This is for Daddy.